I'm Staff Sergeant Eric Olson, and I'd like to welcome you to a special holiday episode of Warrior Summit Outdoors. This time of year, every real man in Pennsylvania knows that the holiday season, well, it just doesn't begin until that first Monday following Thanksgiving, when it's the opening of deer season. That's when we all get out to the woods to get our meat for the winter, and well, we get into the outdoor spirit and get into that holiday feeling. And I'd like to welcome you into my home and meet my family and see how we handle things. Well, the holiday season can be both a great time and it can be a tough time depending on how you look at it. A lot of combat veterans, when they come home, they don't have a home to go to during the holiday season. They don't have a strong family support system to fall back on and to enjoy the holiday season. A lot of men they're homeless. A lot of them are struggling with PTSD. A lot of them are struggling with different wounds from war. And they don't get to really enjoy the holiday season in the way that you or I or the average American may. So I'd like for you this time of year, this holiday season, I want you to think about those that don't have the opportunities that others have. And I'd like you to please look out and do the best you can for any veterans in the area. Well, I'm going to do a lot of cooking this episode, and as any good hunter knows, it's called hunting and not always getting. So on this episode, we're going to take 23 other combat veterans and we're going to go out on a massive deer hunt. And we're going to hopefully get our meat for the season. So hope you stick with us and look forward to a good time.
The master sponsor for Warrior Summit Outdoors is Harry's U-Pull-It. Warrior Summit Outdoors is brought to you by Pride Mobility Products and Quantum Rehab Power Chair Solutions, The Pines Restaurant, and Whitetail Preserve. Sarge the Dog is brought to you by the Lazy Dog Salon and Service Electric Cablevision. Deucey the Puppy is brought to you by the Lazy Dog Salon.
Hello, I'm Gary Sinise. At the Gary Sinise Foundation, we serve our nation's defenders, veterans, first responders, and their families. We're working hard to ensure their sacrifices are honored and supported before, during, and after their service. That's why we're wishing the best of luck to Warrior Summit Outdoors. Your show will help bring attention to the difficulties faced by our returning wounded heroes. And for that, I thank you. God bless.
The mission today is to seek out the target and capture it.
Roger that. Should I expect contact?
Expect it to be hot. This place has got everything.
Roger that.
SP time now.
Eyes on, 200 meters to the west.
Target identified. I got it. Go, go, go.
Harry's U-Pull-It. They have what you need to make your mission possible. Check out their 3 locations: West Hazelton, Allentown, and Pennsburg.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How much is this alternator?
Hi, I'm Brian Anderson, and I'd like to invite you to be a part of something special. USA Cares is a nonprofit organization helping military families with emergency financial assistance. We help prevent evictions and foreclosures, utilities from being turned off, and we put food on the table for our nation's heroes. USA Cares is looking to form a chapter in your area. Go to usacares.org. USA Cares, making a difference in the lives of military families.
Given a unique opportunity by the fantastic folks at SCI Dallas to come out and hunt deer on their property. They're going to bring out approximately 23 combat veterans, wounded warriors, who are going to be able to come out to hunt the State Correctional Institute in Dallas for the first time, and I believe I was told approximately 15 years since they've had a good buck hunt. So really looking forward to it. And if we do see some deer, that'll be fantastic. If not, just getting a bunch of the Wounded Warriors together is money enough for me.
Well, over the last couple of years, the Game Commission has told us that we have a overabundance of deer on our property here. We've got approximately 1,200 acres here that just doesn't get hunted. So we'd like the hunters that have been selected to show up around 5 o'clock in the morning so we can get them registered. At that point, once they're registered, we're going to have staff members take them out to the sites that have been pre-selected, and once they're completed with their hunt, or if they need to take a break depending on the weather, we'll have a base camp set up with fire. There'll be a little bit of food there, coffee, hot chocolate. It's hunting, and so if they come out, and if they have the opportunity to shoot one, we'll assist them in dragging it back for them. We'll drag it back to the base camp. If they want to gut the deer, by all means, they're more than welcome to. If they need assistance, or if they don't want to, or if they've never had the opportunity to actually get the field dress a deer, we'll be happy to assist.
Well, once we finished with the check-in and registration, it was time to take to the woods with one goal in mind, and that is to be able to say, "Big buck down."
The city of Hazleton is also known as the Mountain City. And what is a mountain without the pines? Come to the heart of our mountain city, downtown Hazleton, to check out the city's new culinary attraction, the Pines. Like the downtown, the Pines ambiance combines history and modernity. And their menu? Traditional dishes you've loved in the past, like Naughty Pies Barbecue, along with contemporary fare, like our grilled ahi tuna. Exciting things are happening in downtown Hazleton. The Pines Eatery and Spirits is one of them. Enjoy the great outdoors at the Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range's Trap, Skeet, and Sporting Clays course. No waiting and no lines. First time shooting? Whitetail Preserve employs certified instructors to help you get the most out of your experience. Hungry? The restaurant at Whitetail has a great menu to satisfy and offers catering for all occasions. Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, approximately 13 miles west of Hazleton and just 1 hour from Allentown, Reading, and the Delaware Water Gap. 118 Boulevard Road, just off the Rockland Road near Rockland. 384-2314.
The Pennsylvania-based Valor Clinic Foundation provides veterans assistance accessing benefits, food, clothing, shelter, and support to homeless veterans, and post-traumatic stress resources. Founded in 2008 by veterans Mark Bayless and Tony Cross, we're a nonprofit dedicated to helping veterans navigate through the process of recovering and rebuilding. Please support the work of Valor Clinic Foundation. Help us give back to those who have given so very much.
Did you hear about the new grooming place in town? Yep. Should we try them out?
Nope. You two need to go to the Lazy Dog. Steve and Melissa always take good care of us, and we look fantastic.
Don't go anywhere but the Lazy Dog. They are great at what they do. They are locally owned and reasonably priced. Why would you even think about going to a big box groomer?
You're right, pups. I'm going to the Lazy Dog for all my grooming.
The Lazy Dog, your locally owned, locally operated groomer, serving the Hazleton area since 2009.
When my mom died, Tony really would have liked to have come home. He was deployed to Kuwait. The Red Cross contacted his senior sergeant, and he was on his way home. For one day, for 1 hour, I felt like the most important person in the world was my mom. And getting her grandson home, the Red Cross is there for us.
A Service Electric Cablevision bundle is your local choice for internet, TV, and phone. Our high-speed internet has the fastest, most consistent speeds, no matter how many devices are online. Get over 100 HD channels with unmatched picture quality, convenient DVR options, and now, TV everywhere. And digital phone with unlimited local and long distance across North America and beyond. All backed by exceptional customer service. Make the local choice. Call or visit Service Electric Cablevision online today.
I also had the distinct honor of having one man on this hunt who's also a good friend of mine, Sergeant Major Mark Bayless, a Special Forces combat veteran and founder of the Valor Clinic Foundation, which helps veterans with PTSD and helps feed, clothe, and shelter homeless veterans.
This is a good day. The deer, it's going to be cold and wet. You can still see snow on the ground here from the snow we had a week or so ago. And This should keep the deer up and moving, wanting to eat. And, hopefully, if we don't get something this morning, it'll get them up a little early this afternoon to want to start filling their bellies again. So we're cautiously optimistic that this is going to be a very good day. The one challenge is that through the raindrops, you hear the pitter-patter of the raindrops all the time. You don't get that advanced warning of the sound of the deer moving through the vegetation, crunching through the leaves, etc. And a little bit of a rub on a tree over here I just noticed. So another one right in front of us. So there's a lot of buck signing around here. The local scouts from the prison tell us the field right up behind us is a favorite place for the big bucks to come eat. And that the Big Mac daddies stay down here in the swamp. And so we're watching the swamp, hoping we see one of the giants. And hoping this rain works to our advantage. He stopped for us long enough and gave me a frontal shot, and the way he was limping, I didn't want to, I had a nice neck shot, so I took it, and he dropped right in his tracks, right where he was standing when I shot him, and so he didn't go 1 yard. So we're fortunate to get this nice trophy, and he's going to put some good table fare. Be enjoying these back straps, and he's going to look nice on my wall to boot. So there's a reason they say Rangers lead the way. We come in first. Army all the way.
So we got a fine Pennsylvania whitetail. This is what it's all about. So now that we got our venison, we're going to get it home, cut it up, and we're going to be able to cook it up for the holidays. So this is what it's all about.
I'm Brian Anderson. I served 2 years in Iraq. I lost both of my legs and my left hand in the line of duty. The troops coming home from Iraq is good news for all of us. But for many military families, another battle continues. Frequent and longer deployments have placed real financial, emotional, and sometimes mental strains on families. Unemployment among some troops is twice what it is among civilians. So now, more than ever before, our troops need us to be there for them. When military families need help, they call USA Cares. Please help by donating at usacares.org today and give them a hand up.
The Pennsylvania-based Valor Clinic Foundation provides veterans assistance accessing benefits, food, clothing, shelter, and support to homeless veterans, and post-traumatic stress resources. Founded in 2008 by veterans Mark Bayless and Tony Cross, we're a nonprofit dedicated to helping veterans navigate through the process of recovering and rebuilding. Please support the work of Valor Clinic Foundation. Help us give back to those who have given so very much.
You know, when I started Warrior Summit Outdoors, I didn't want to do your average hunting show. I wanted to give the public a rare view into the lives of what combat veterans go through when they come home from combat, and how we adjust, how we try to come home. Ducey Sarge and I had a great time in season 1 of Warrior Summit Outdoors, and we'd like to go back and look at some of the fun times that we had this year and share them with you.
This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. Get some. Giddy up. That was awesome. Can we do it again?
Just go up.
Courage, you know, courage comes in 2 forms. First is the courage to fight the battle. And the second type of courage is the one to come home and live with it. You know, that's the tough one.
All right, so we're here for the best part of the episode of Warrior Summit Outdoors, and that's the cooking part. Well, we're going to cook up some game that we got. I'm here with Sergeant Major Mark Bayless and Corporal Dan Turner, and these are guys that are going to be able to they're going to be enjoying some of the fine fruits of our labors. Mark was with us on the deer hunt up at the prison, and so he's going to be a big part of this. And let's look forward to cooking up some meat. What do you say, boys?
I'm up for it. Thanks for having me.
Do it. So, Mark, again, I appreciate you coming, and I know that it took a lot of twisting of the arm to come out and have to eat some of this fine food.
Absolutely.
And have to spend some time out here with us.
You know, I've eaten your food before.
It's terrible, isn't it?
So my shoulder still hurts. You twisting my arm. But, but I got here as fast as I could. So.
It's good times. Good times. So what we got going on here today is I'm going to prep some meat, and then I'm going to make my hunter sauce. Once we're going to show everybody how we get this meat prepped and we throw it in the smoker. Then we'll be able to sit down for a fine dinner after a few hours once that's finished. And then we're going to talk about what the holidays mean to the vets. I know what it means to me. I know what it means to you. I know what it means to Dan. I'd like to know what it means to some of the guys that we can talk about that aren't here for this. And it's kind of what Valor's doing to help out and help make a good holiday season for these guys.
Doing our best.
I know
we still have some lessons to learn. But.
So tell me about what you're normally doing in the holiday season right now. I mean, what are you normally doing right now? Because I know it's starting to become winter.
Yeah,
and,
as winter comes, we start thinking about the weather and mostly about the vets we can't encourage to come in. And if you can't prep people to survive the weather in Pennsylvania in the wintertime, they die.
That's it.
It's not something you can fail at. So we make big efforts to try to find warm weatherproof boots, weather-resistant coats and pants, things like that, insulated underwear, and do a lot of outreach. The 13th and 14th of this month, we have stand-down events going in both the Pocono Mountains and the Lehigh Valley. And we try to reach as many as we can as the winter comes. We were able to reach 122 homeless vets in November.
Really?
And
122. Wow.
Yeah, 122.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's large. That's a large number. And you start talking insulated, weatherproof. Think what it costs for your hunting jacket. And trying to give these people the things they need to live. It's a challenge. We do it all with volunteers for the most part, and so we go pretty hard. We're trying to we opened a facility a few weeks back, as you well know, about a month ago, and we're trying to figure out how to help get some routine into the lives of the residents, and do it in a way to help our ability to reach more of the homeless vets. And there's been some studies shown that helps with particularly PTSD vets, that community service can be therapeutic.
Absolutely.
And so we're trying to blend the two and get a couple trial runs here and see how it works and what we need to tweak and adjust. And so this first group of vets is a learning process for us. And so far so good. It hasn't been without its lessons, but it's so far so good, and we're looking forward to maybe saving some lives this winter.
I'll tell you what, you're doing an impeccable job. It's amazing what you've done. You know, what a lot of people don't know is that Mark and the guys at the Valor Clinic Foundation were able to get an old hotel. It was called the Jonas Hotel, and at the time it was basically falling down on its structure. It was falling apart. And Mark, over the years, yourself with Tony Cross, they set up this foundation, were able to get this hotel, and through volunteer work, through donations, through grants, were able to rebuild this hotel and named it the Paul Syverson Memorial Hotel. I'm not sure if it's considered a memorial hotel, but
it's we
just
named
call
it
Paul
in honor of
Syverson
him, but
Hotel.
it's the Major Paul Syverson Veteran Sanctuary is what we call it. And people often refer to it as a hotel or Paul's house, or it's taken up some slang nicknames, but it's all the same. We're going to be the only homeless shelter around that has a dog kennel for the.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and that goes back to say a lot. You know, I know how I am with Sergeant Ducey. You know, my dogs are my world.
Yeah.
And you just heard. You just heard the token bark. So, see, Sarge knows. And a lot of people don't realize what a dog means to vets. And tell us a little bit why you built that dog kennel.
Well, it's just about done too. Saturday, it's going to get the roof, and by the time this airs, it will be done. And but we've run into vets where you find vets down on their luck out in the woods under a bridge, and you're trying to encourage them to come in. And we've had some challenges where veterans, particularly the older Vietnam vets, my hat's off to the Vietnam vets. The welcome they got when they came home was not a good one.
Absolutely.
And but many of them, in our experience, and this does not hold for all, but many that are struggling, believe the world turned their back on them, and they have this dog, live in the woods or wherever in their car, and they would rather stay in the woods with the dog when it's snowing than come in and turn their back on the only thing that's been loyal to them.
Let's get cracking on some meat while we're talking about this. What the heck? I'm wasting all my own time here. Let's get some food going. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get this meat all prepped up a little bit first. And then I'm going to put the magic in it. Oh, yeah.
Sea salt.
Oh, yeah. Got to have a little sea salt first. The average person who thinks they don't like wild game has never had my cooking. So I can't tell you the secret. Well, hey, looky there. It's the two troublemakers. What's up, buddy?
We're just talking about people like you.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I never thought I'd be planning to go home and fill my steaks with orange juice before.
Like a doctor's injection here. Oh. What are you finding that a lot of the guys that you work with are going through during the holiday season? Is it something that they usually look forward to? Is it a depressing thing for them? How have they been?
You know, usually we try to do at the holidays. It's tough. It's tough. Family's an important part of normal upbringing in the United States. Whether regardless, it defies the importance of family can't be understated. And when the family breaks down, the bonds of the family break down, it's tough on everybody.
So, Mark, what do you tell when the average civilian comes up and says something to you? They say, how can we help? What do you tell them?
I tell them, there's a lot of ways it can help. You can donate your time and talent. You can help us with simple donations like food or clothing items, or you could help with a cash donation that we could use to keep the lights on, or put items in the refrigerator in the kitchen where we feed the residents, and we're welcome to help any way people would choose.
That's fantastic.
Gift cards for grocery stores would be huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We'd buy some groceries.
And I think that's fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, let's put this stuff in the smoker and let's get some grub on.
Eat.
Let's do it. As we close our holiday episode, I would be remiss if I didn't thank my guests for coming tonight and enjoying this bounty and some of this fine game that we've cooked up tonight. And Dan, especially, I want to thank you for coming and welcome you home and let you know that around here, your family.
Thank you.
Always will be. And Mark, I appreciate you for everything you do and appreciate you coming, and I appreciate my wife and my family for putting up with my years at war and my idiosyncrasies, and I hope people will remember those that didn't have the opportunity to come to dinner with us tonight and try to reach out to those people and offer a helping hand to those that don't have the same things that we have. And I look back at this and I look at the amount of food we have on the table and stuff, and it reminds me of all the Christmases that I spent in Iraq and Afghanistan, and they were always a little bit different. Tiff will remember when my Christmas in Afghanistan, what was it, at 12:01 at night of Christmas, we got shelled for about 8 hours straight. And that was the Taliban's way of saying Merry Christmas. I personally would rather have had a stocking with some stuff in it, but I guess a rocket will have to do. So it's been good, it's been great, and I hope 2015 will turn out to be much better. And I want to put a toast. I want to toast to our brothers and sisters who've fallen on the battlefield that won't be able to make it for Christmas this year. I want to thank our families. I want to thank our brothers that are home. I want to thank our brothers that are homeless, that are not able to make it, and I want to hope that they know that they have the ability to come home and that we're here for them, that it takes courage. It takes courage to fight the good fight in combat. It takes even more courage to come home and heal. And remember that courage, it heals the soul. Salud. Give me some food. Now give me some food. I'm ready for some meat.